It is seriously, hold on, let me turn on some lights. It's seriously that easy to find parking in the city. You just pull over. All right, just a quick one today. We're gonna talk about making noise in the van. If you're a loud and person that likes to play music loud, it's all gonna change your van life and where you park and how you do things. Hey, you never know, maybe you might be a late night singer. I don't know. But that's what we're going to talk about today. And if you can get away with a certain amount of noise in your van before it becomes a problem. Kidding me, Disco? You didn't even make the bed? All the bedding is right there. It's good and clean and you didn't make it. Funny guy. I'm usually pretty quiet when I'm in the van. If I'm watching movies, it's usually only at the volume that I can hear on my cell phone because I watch my movies on my phone. Other than that, any video editing or anything music-wise that I do in the van, I always keep my headphones on, and which makes me a pretty quiet person in the van. But there is plenty and plenty of days when I'm doing what I'm doing now. I'm talking good, I'm talking loud, into my phone where anybody that's walking by is going to be like, whoa, did you hear that? Is that coming from that creeper van? Yeah. So on those days, I like to just park somewhere that is a little more noisy. You also got to remember too is that I live in the city. I'm a city van dweller. For the most part, I'm in somewhere that's louder. It's got a little bit of a buzz and a hum to it. There's cars driving by. Tonight, I actually parked in front of an apartment building that has a water feature, and the water feature is pretty loud. I'm gonna shut the lights off here and open up that window. I shut the lights off because I don't want to, I'm already in the van. I don't want to make neighbors hear me. But listen to this. Yeah, there's a water feature right there. Making the outside, making the ambient noise that's outside of my van loud enough that I don't really got to worry about the noise I make in here. And it's raining outside, which also adds a little bit of extra noise, especially if people are walking by and they got their umbrellas on, they got that little tinkering sound. They're never going to hear me inside the van anyway. But just keep that in mind on where you park. You know, you obviously got to be mindful of your neighbors. Remember, everybody in these apartment buildings on either side of me are my neighbors at this point. So I have to be courteous to them. Just think about them. Don't do anything that's going to make them alarmed and phone the police on you and the cops will come down and ask you to move and get out of the freaking neighborhood. Nobody wants that knock on the van. I've never had that knock, not in that situation anyway. I had some dude looking for some girl when I first moved into the van, and he was banging on the van trying to get my attention. But other than that, I've had no problems with residents, no problems with police. But on those days when you have to be noisy in the van, because we all got those days. We all got those days where we just want to crank the music up. Just choose a place to park where you're not going to bother anybody. And, or if you're close to a bigger city, you can get away with a lot more noise here, in like, take Vancouver for example, than you could if I lived in the suburbs, like, I don't know, an hour out of town, where it's a bit quieter, a bit more small townish. Because what I find is in small towns, because they're not exposed to van life like the bigger cities are, that, van life gets taken a little bit different. Some people are like, whoa, is that person living in their van? In Vancouver, they just walk by like, good morning. They don't care. They treat you just like another resident of the city. I love that about Vancouver. Like seriously, I'm parked in like a very extremely wealthy neighborhood. Right in front of me, just down this street, is a huge boat marina with big massive yachts, and it's freaking breathtaking around here. But just park somewhere that's a little bit more louder. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what else to say to that one. Somebody on my Patreon asked me that question because apparently she likes to lie. Sorry, that was horrible. In her van. But you gotta be mindful. Crank it up when you want to crank it up. If you're the person that just wants to be loud and not care, hey, do it. What's the worst that can happen? They're gonna knock and say, excuse me, can you please move? Whoopee ding. You just gotta, there's that word, whoopee ding. You just gotta be able to, accept those things if you're gonna be that kind of person. I'm pretty quiet. You know, I'm sure some people have walked by my van like right now and heard me talking. I really don't care. They're not going to do anything bad. I'm not going to get charged or go to jail or anything crazy or get into a fight. For the most part, they're going to be like, knock, knock, excuse me, sir, can you please move? Yeah, welcome to van life in Canada. And Disco, just so you know, I'm mad at you for not making the bed today. All right, you guys, I don't know, maybe this helped you, maybe this didn't, but otherwise, I'm going to bed, and if you want to know how my back is doing, it's doing a lot freaking better. I'm standing and I can move. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, it's getting better, and I don't feel like trapped in my van. I can actually get out and go for a walk, and oh, does that ever feel freaking awesome. All right, you guys. If you are traveling through Vancouver at all over the Christmas holidays, I am doing a meetup on December 24th at Spanish Bank starting at 12 noon, and I'm probably going to sleep there overnight that night, so you guys are welcome. Come on down. Bring food, don't bring food. Bring beer, don't bring beer. Bring wine, don't bring wine. Bring your friends, bring your family. Damn, bring everybody, because you're all welcome, whether you live in a van or you don't, or you live in an RV, a bus, or a trailer. It doesn't matter. All right, you guys. Take care, and I'll see you. I don't know. I'll see you soon.